Welcome back, everybody. Derek Sue, your 2022 Oakland mayoral candidate. Today I want to talk to you about tiny homes. As you know, I'm a big proponent of the tiny home concept and bringing tiny homes to the city of Oakland as affordable housing. And so my experience with tiny homes is that I've actually created tiny homes here on the streets in the city of Oakland, and I've lived in my tiny homes since 2016. And a lot of folks say, well, that's not a tiny home, that's just a tent. Well, true, I don't have hard sides, but the interior is that of what I would consider a tiny home. And by definition, HUD requires that a home have a sleeping area, a kitchen, and a bathroom with running water and electricity. So that's what makes up a basic home by HUD standards. And if you look at those standards, that standard is applied across the board in many different industries, one of which is my favorite, boating. As a lot of you know, I have been around boating since I was 8 years old. Most of the boats that I've encountered had a cabin, and they had sleeping quarters, showers, a kitchen, or in case of a boat, it's called a galley, and then also a lot of the vessels that I've been on also had heating and air conditioning along with electricity, generator on board for power. So by all definitions, that's a second home, and that's why I had boats, and they were my second homes, because I could literally live on them for a period of time. So when my wife and I and our two dogs, we would go out for a short week, typically a 2 or 3 day weekend, and the longest that we spent on board the vessel was 6 days. And because that was kind of the limitation of what the refrigerator held that was on board. Plus we had to go ashore to let the dogs run around, do their business, and so there were a lot of things that we did on board the boat. But a boat can be a second home, just like a cabin up in South Lake Tahoe, North Lake Tahoe. Those are second homes, and we had a tax deduction for our second home, which at that time we went from a 26-foot express cruiser to a 30-foot express cruiser, and so that was our second home deduction for our taxes, and that's what helped shield some of our tax liabilities to the government. But then with tiny homes, again, getting back to that, the requirements is a sleeping area, a bathroom, restroom, a fully functional one, with shower, a sink, a toilet. That's a bathroom. A kitchen. The kitchen area can be a lot of different things by definition, but for the most part, it's a place where you do have a sink with running water, a refrigerator, and some sort of cooking ability, whether that be on a portable stove or a built-in stove, is irrelevant. But that's what makes up a basic tiny home, and a boat is essentially a tiny home. So just to show you a walk around here, a quick walk around, excuse the mess, because back there, that's my bedroom. So I'm very comfortable there, and it's a space that's perfect for me. It's the size, it's big enough for a couple. to sleep there. That's a queen size bed there that I have. And then this right behind me where I was, that's my living room essentially, and also my office. It's my entertainment area, and so that's how I get a lot of my work done. That's my work area and also my entertainment area. Then we go to like a kitchen area that I have prepared here, and you see my air fryer, and then below that I have a microwave oven, and then right there is my kitchen sink. That's my kitchen sink, and also it doubles as my bathroom sink because I heat up water like I'm doing right now. See right there, I'm heating up water. So I have hot water to clean myself, wash dishes, and do what I need to do. Also, I have a little pantry, as you see back here. And then down below you see that pile. That's where I have my generator so that I have electricity to run everything. Also power my electronics and stay in touch. So we have, those are the basics that are needed. And let me show you, and say, well, where's your bathroom area? Well, because we have a shower trailer that comes on Sundays here, I don't have the shower area set up anymore because I didn't need to. But anyway, I had a shower area. This was my bathroom area, which has now become storage for all the donations, and it allows me to store a lot of stuff and have things out of the way. But that would normally be a bathroom area, a restroom area, and it would have a shower. Don't need a bathroom because we have porta potties close by, and so we don't need the bathroom. We don't need a toilet in there. You see in the background there, those are our porta potties, and on the outside, you know, it's pretty rough, but considering that this was built with virtually little to no money, that's not too bad. And I didn't build this. It was my friends who, the couple that I was able to get into this senior safe RV park over here at 633 Hagenberger. So they went into the trailers. I took over their shelter here on the street, and so this is where I've been. And because the electricity allows me to live pretty normally. Also, I have the community refrigerator here. So right here is the community refrigerator where we store food, and it's refrigerated. It's actually working. So we'll go back to that in a little bit. I forgot to plug it in this morning. I'll go back and plug it in right now. And that's where we store drinks, we store food, perishables, but also that refrigerator, because of prepared meals, that's where we're able to store them through the night, and people can help themselves as they need throughout the night. And there's no restrictions on there because we have donors that come in very regularly here and replenish that refrigerator and the freezer down below, and so that's what really helps. That's what makes this a basic tiny home. It's not a tent. Even a tent is a temporary tiny home, extremely tiny and very, very limited, but it is a version of a tiny home. Very simple. But anyway, I endorse and perfectly comfortable with a tiny home. And for a lot of folks, it may not be something that you're interested in or that you could get by with, but it is an option that is going to be available when I become mayor of Oakland and take office in 2023. We're going to open up community land trust properties, and we already have in our city charter us advocates have been able to get City Council to install declarations so that 2 tiny home villages can be established in all 7 districts here in Oakland. So that's an important feature. So anyway, that's what we're up to. That's why I support tiny homes. Oh, the great thing about a real tiny home in what I'm proposing for Oakland, they have everything that's required: bathroom, kitchen, sleeping area, and then a work space. So all of that's included in there, and what we're looking at by utilizing the community land trust property versus you having to pay that cost. Your only cost would be, the home itself, and then you get a land lease from the city of Oakland under my PATH program, and typically your lease is $1 a year in the PATH program. $1 a year. But then what you're also paying for in the HOAs is the electricity, the water, the sewer, the insurance that may be required, maintenance services, but a lot of the maintenance is going to be by the community. But then for certain things like the solar farm and certain plumbing issues, will have to be handled by professionals on a paid basis and on a maintenance contract. So these are things that we're looking at incorporating into PATH, along with holistic medicine. I'm also in talks with regular Western medicine healthcare, and so we'll see how that progresses. But right now, definitely we have holistic coming into our HOAs here in Oakland, and that's going to be a real big important feature, because that's part of the recovery for the folks that have been traumatized by life on the streets. So those holistic care units are going to be very important for recovery of a lot of folks, and for those that have some mental illnesses, that's a much better way to work with the folks to help them through their mental illness and getting back on the road to recovery. So these are all great elements that we're going to be incorporating into the new tiny home villages. We're going to take a whole new paradigm, make it our own, and we'll see tremendous and positive results with that, because right now we know that the current system doesn't work at all, and so we have to try something completely different and out of the box. And I'm an out of the box type of person that looks and explores new concepts and ideas. Thanks for joining me today. We'll be right back.